The UK government just issued an international arrest warrant for Andrew Tates and his brother, Tristan, after 21 fresh new charges were filed against them, and this time it looks like they might be going to prison for a very long time. Let's talk about it. The past 3 years have been very dramatic for Andrew and Tristan, as they've been arrested, charged, released, placed on house arrest, and released over and over again. The case has been a roller coaster, but after their travel ban was lifted in February 2025, it almost looked like the case was finally over. However, with this new development, it looks like the Tates brothers are in more trouble than a lot of people realize. So on May 28th, the Crown Prosecution Service announced that it had authorized 10 new charges against Andrew Tates, with allegations of assault, causing actual bodily harm, human trafficking, and controlling for gain. His brother, Tristan, was slammed with 11 charges, including actual bodily harm and human trafficking. What this means is that the brothers can now be extradited from Romania to answer for their alleged crimes in the UK. However, this isn't the first time Andrew would be facing legal action in the country. Let me take you down this insane rabbit hole. The Tates legal drama started in July 2015 when 2 women filed complaints against Andrew, accusing him of earlier in 2014. Fast forward to December 2015, and Andrew was arrested again after another accuser presented a message Andrew sent to her to the police, where he allegedly wrote, "I love you." However, despite the evidence presented, Andrew continued to deny these allegations and even became more and more famous during this period. The whole thing pretty much went silent for a while, but that didn't mean Andrew was off the hook. The Crown Prosecution Service spent the next 4 years investigating all the accusations against Andrew, examining the evidence, and interviewing the victims. But at the end of the day, the authorities declined to file charges for any of the allegations of sexual violence and physical abuse, claiming that the evidence did not, quote, meet our legal test. The 3 Tates accusers were devastated, as the chances of them getting justice got slimmer and slimmer. But even though the Tates didn't end up in a UK courtroom, their reputation was basically destroyed, because even though they had an army of fans ready to defend them online, there was so much evidence against them scattered all over the internet that it was hard for most people to believe they were innocent. And although they didn't end up in a UK courtroom, they still found a way to get into trouble somewhere else. It was just another regular day on the internet on April 11, 2022, when news broke that Andrew and Tate's mansion had been raided by the Romanian police. Apparently, the US Embassy in Romania had received a report that an American citizen was being held against her will inside a property in Pipera, Romania, belonging to the Tates brothers. To rescue this woman in distress, the police raided the house, as well as a webcam studio, which also belonged to the Tates. 4 women found inside the property were taken into custody, with 2 of them claiming that they were kept in the house against their will. It was at this point that the Romanian authorities decided to launch an investigation into the activities of the Tates brothers, and what they found was disturbing. On December 29th, 2022, Andrew and Tristan were arrested again, along with 2 other women, after police traced their location through a pizza box. According to the authorities, all 4 of them were suspected of human trafficking, forming an organized crime group, and of course, the Tates were also accused of recruiting women through the lover boy method and then forcing them to create explicit content. The Tates also lost a couple of assets to the authorities, including 15 cars, over 10 properties, watches, and some cash, totaling about $4 million. These assets are still being held by the state, and if the Tates ever get convicted, the assets will be used to pay damages to the victims. The charges against the Tates have also increased since then, including trafficking minors, with a minor, money laundering, and attempting to influence witnesses. Authorities also claim that there may be as many as 35 alleged victims in this case, and that's just in Romania alone. After keeping in the pre-trial detention in December 2022, a judge ruled that their detention could be extended for another 30 days. The Tates tried appealing this decision, but that didn't go anywhere, and they ended up staying in jail for the entire 30 days, after which it also got extended again and again. After their bail attempt was refused for the 3rd time, the court lengthened their detention until the end of April. However, on the 31st of March 2023, the Bucharest Court of Appeal decided to place them under house arrest instead. Then on August 4th, their house arrest was replaced by judicial control until the 2nd of October, meaning they could leave their house as long as they didn't go outside the county. Then, on the September 28th, the travel restriction was relaxed even further, allowing Andrew to travel within Romania. This back and forth went on and on for a while, until a new investigation was launched again on August 21st, 2025. Both Andrew and Tristan were held for questioning, and after a hearing, a Romanian judge placed Andrew under house arrest for at least 30 days due to the sheer amount of human trafficking and sexual assault allegations against him. At this point, the Tates had been linking up with voices in the Trump administration, trying to latch on to whatever support they could find. And not surprisingly, it worked. Because on February 27th, 2025, Andrew and Tristan hopped on a plane headed to Florida. Finally, they could travel out of the country, and for the Tates, this was a much-needed victory. They couldn't stop tweeting about it, gloating about how they finally beat the case and defeated the Matrix. But were they really off the hook? No, not really. Because you see, in March 2024, the UK Westminster Magistrates Court had actually issued an arrest warrant against both Andrew and Tristan, requesting their extradition to the country. This was based on several allegations that dated back to between 2012 and 2015, under an investigation called Operation Moonwalk. Of course, the brothers continue to deny all of the charges against them, claiming that they were being attacked by the Matrix. It's not clear when they will be arrested and extradited to the UK, but with this new development, it looks like the Tates' alleged victims may finally find justice. But what if I told you that beyond these allegations of sexual misconduct, the Tate brothers also have a long history of alleged crypto scams? Click this video on your screen to go down that rabbit hole. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.